Hello everyone, Emily here. I hope everyone is happy and healthy and enjoying the new year. I am here to show you the last few stitches of my bean stitch so we can start our new pattern. I love the bean stitch. I like my colors, the way they're matching up. And the bean stitch is just so pretty and I hope you enjoyed it. And again, you can do as many stitches as you want. Not stitches, rows, as many rows as you want. I chose to do 15. And since we did not crochet the same amount, your ends might be different than mine. One side, I believe I crocheted 1 at the end, and the other side I crocheted 2 at the end. So yours might be different depending on how many stitches you had. So that's one of the things that will be different. So I'm going to change my color. I did my whole 15. Now I'm going to change my color to this 100% acrylic, and it's white. I'm only going to use this for one row, so it's kind of just going to separate my new color from this green. So I'm going to start my last stitch over. I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to go ahead and add my color. So I'm just going to add my new color, pull it through. I am going to tie another knot, so I'm going to chain 1 just so I can get everything secure. So I'm going to cut that green. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it through that very first stitch after my chain 1. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my work. Oh, I guess it's already turned, sorry. So now I'm going to go into that very first stitch, which is the same one I pulled my white through, and I'm going to do a single crochet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single crochet all the way across. So you can see I'm going to go into the opening where we were going into for the bean stitch, but I'm also going to go on top of the bean stitch itself. And that's what we're going to do all the way across. It's going to give a nice transition from this green to the next color. It might be a little hard going to those stitches above the bean stitch itself. Here we are at the end. It's so pretty. I really like the way that came out. And this was the front of my blanket where I did this single crochet. So I'm going to change my color now. So I'm going to start that stitch, I'm going to pull the yarn through, and then I'm going to stop and connect my new color. I'm going to use this beautiful blue mainstay. I find the mainstay and the red heart to be pretty comparable, so I don't mind mixing that brand. Just going to pull it through. I'm going to cut my yarn. I'm going to chain one to hold it in place while I tie my knot. And then I'll pull those strands through. It only takes a moment to pull those through, and then they're buried, and I don't have to worry about it at the end of my project. I'm going to turn my work. So pretty. I'm going to go into that very first stitch, the one that I pulled those through. I'm going to chain another one since that last chain was so tight. And we're going to be doing double crochets all the way across. And this way, when I get to the end, it will line up really well with 2 stitches on the end. So we'll do 2 single crochets at each end. So I'm just going to go into both loops, bury my tail as I go, and I'm going to do a double crochet all the way across. So my plan now is to do one of my most favorite stitches, which is the front post back post stitch, and we're going to do that with this blue. And this double crochet is just going to be our foundation row for that stitch. This stitch is one of my favorites. It's very, I don't know, different stitches make you feel different ways, I think, and this stitch is just satisfying for me. I really love the front and back crochet. So like anything else, if you don't like it, you don't have to do that many rows of it. You can do more rows of something else that you prefer to do. But I'm probably going to do quite a few rows of this in this blue because I really like this stitch. And this stitch works up really fast too. And this is a lot of texture with this stitch. That's really pretty. I like my colors. I like all kinds of colors. So I'm here at the end, coming up. I did 160 stitches at the beginning, but I've been working on this every day, posting a video once a day, and my blanket is really coming along quickly. I need to make quite a few for Christmas, so this will be my first one. So I'm going to go in that last stitch, that chain 1. Looks so pretty. I'm so happy. So now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn, and we are going to start our front and back post. Look at that. I really like that white. It really divided it up nicely. But if you used one color, several colors, or variegated, everyone's blanket's probably going to look different. So when I start this, I'm going to be starting on the right side of my blanket. So when I'm turning it, you can see this is the right side because of that chain look on the top. So if you're not on the right side of your blanket, you might want to do another row of double crochets that you can start at the front of your blanket. I mean, the front and the back have a distinct different look. It's still going to look really nice on the back, but it might be nice if you can have this at the front when you start this process. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to go underneath that first double crochet. So we're going to take our needle and go completely underneath the stitch and not go the first one, the second one. We're going to pull it through. We're going to pull it through the first 2 stitches, next 2 loops, and you did your first front post double crochet. So we're going to yarn over now and do our back. Come through the back. You're just going to have that loop. Grab your yarn and pull it through. And you're going to grab your yarn and pull it for the first 2 and then pull it through the second 2. And you did your back post double crochet. So this is going to be your repeat all the way to the end. Now this first row is probably a little bit more tougher than the rest of the rows just because it is the first one and you don't have those stitches sticking out for you to, you know, ready for you to do the front and the back. So we're just going to do this all the way to the end. You can see those few little puffs there. I really like this stitch. I hope you're enjoying these tutorials. Have a great day, stay safe, and please look for my next video. I'm trying to work on this blanket every single day, and this is going to be a real quick project, and I'm dying to see what everybody's looks like if you want to post them on my Facebook. And if you only use 2 or 3 colors and you don't want to use multiple colors like I do, I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. Thank you very much. Bye.